enough of this asking kids if they have a boyfriend or calling them handsome ladies man shit. Normalize telling your younger relatives that you want to eat their heads because they're so adorable, like my friend does. Very much so. Because doing this whole, oh, you're gonna be such a ladies man, or you better like keep him away from the ladies, or doing stuff like that is really weird and heteronormative, because let's face it, it's never gonna be like, oh, you're gonna be so attractive when you grow up, which is already weird, but it's always heteronormative and weird. So just telling them you want to eat them or eat their heads because they're just adorable seems entirely fair. Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing some aroacememes again, because we love the aroacememes, because garlic bread is probably more important, you know? So either way, you know the deal. Before we continue with the memes, y'all gotta get hydrated though. So grab some water or some tea or whatever else you like to drink, and then we'll check out some more memes. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go. Others won't survive without a love life. Me won't survive without computer, internet, and anime. Or any other internet kind of obsession. Because let's face it, I did say garlic bread is more important, but perhaps the internet is even more important to me than garlic bread is. Because maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just because I don't particularly like dealing with people in real life, you know? Because I'm not the most social person, so maybe that's why I love the internet so much. But a lot of us have a lot of obsessions, you know, around music or like TV shows or movies, so that seems probably more important than a love life, you know? Yeah. Not today, bro. Not today. Go pick someone else, Cupid. We don't have time for this shit. Or is it just because like aroace people are kind of immune to it? You know, I think aroace people might just be immune. Like, even if they do get hit, it's not gonna like affect them. I'm not sure. Or maybe Cupid just somehow always manages to miss these people. Or Cupid just decided, hey, you know what? No arrows for you. You might be aroace, but no arrows for you. Which kind of seems rude if it's that one. Like, if he's just not great at aiming, you know, then it's kind of fine, but this might also be cool. Okay, if you can't see the number, you have a cold, need water, have a headache, need sex, need sleep, have low blood sugar. I definitely need sleep. I woke up this morning and I was already tired, and I did sleep too little during the week, but I had like 9 hours of sleep or something, or at least like 8.5. Why did I wake up tired? I definitely need sleep. These other things, well, needing water and having a headache is kind of common for me, but needing sleep is, I'm not saying it's superior. I wanted to say it, but that's not what I mean. I mean, it's way more common for me personally, at least. My family suspecting I'd date a best friend of mine, but never asking, and me just never denying it. Because that way, you can kind of avoid some weird questions about it, especially by like weird family on Thanksgiving or something. You can kind of just avoid the question of, oh, when are you finally gonna get a partner? Because they're just assuming you're dating. But you might get weird questions why they never show up, like why they're never with you. But if they just ask, hey, where's Peter? You can just say, oh yeah, no, Peter's spending time with his family. And then it will probably be okay. But honestly, so many parents will literally just assume you're dating someone just because you're close and they're the opposite gender. Which kind of led to apparently me making a deal with my mother at some point. I don't remember this at all, by the way. But she told me that was our deal, and I was like, I don't remember that, but okay. That she would stop asking if random people were like my partner, if I just tell her if someone suddenly is my partner. I don't remember making this deal. This deal seems pretty fair though. I just really don't remember making it. I'm so mad right now. Nothing can make me feel better. Ooh, cake. Attention span of a piece of toast. But to be fair, this is two entirely different episodes. So not actually attention span of a piece of toast, but he kind of still does. Because if he sees a fez somewhere, he won't pay attention to what he was actually mad about in the first place. Which is kind of why, when rewatching Doctor Who, I kind of realized how relatable the 11th actually is to me. But anyways, cake does make a lot of things better. I mean, it's kind of a comfort food for a reason, you know, so yeah. I like men. I like women. I like both. I like cheesecake. That's because cheesecake is freaking delicious. I love cheesecake. It is literally my favorite cake. Because also you can just like make so many different varieties of it as well. Because like my sister made apple crumble cheesecake for her birthday. That was amazing. You can also make it with like chocolate. You know, like chocolate dough. And you can basically just do whatever. You can put different fruits on it. Or like fruit, like squeezed fruit. I don't know. You can do so many things. Cheesecake is great. So liking cheesecake instead of liking people seems fair. Mom? Mom? Wait, Mom? What are you doing? Just trying to summon some grandchildren from the abyss since you won't give me any. Listen, you're not entitled to grandchildren. But doing this versus pestering your child to give you grandchildren still seems kind of preferable. As long as you keep the grandchildren. If you summon a screaming baby, that's yours to take care of. I'm not going to take care of it. If you summon a grandchild, you're going to take care of that grandchild. I don't care. I really don't care. So maybe this isn't better, because grandchild just kind of seems like you're gonna hand your child the child, which isn't great. Like, if someone doesn't want children, they don't want children, and pestering them about it, or just handing them a summoned grandchild, is rude, to say the least. Me, enjoying garlic bread and Texas toast. My disease making me sick from gluten and dairy. How can I be aroace when I can't have any garlic bread? I mean, listen, that sucks, I'm sorry. You could probably find gluten-free garlic bread somewhere if you're lucky. But it's gonna be way trickier. Or you're just gonna like need to make your own gluten-free garlic bread. You know, but even if you don't like garlic bread for some reason, you can still be aroace. It's gonna raise some questions maybe, but you can definitely still be aroace if you can't eat it or you just don't like it. It's fine. It's fine, we're not gonna exclude you for that, but it will probably still raise some questions. I pull girls. I pull guys. I pull push doors. Which might not be as cool, but who are you to talk smack, you know? But listen, apart from the fact that we've probably all been there, this is maybe still like easier to do than pulling girls or guys. So I'm not sure it's a flex either, but congrats, we all feel with you at least. Heard an argument once that having sexual attraction or romantic attraction is the only way to feel love. Is that so? Boy, I sure hope you don't have any kids or pets then. Because either you love them in a romantic and sexual way, which is just wrong, or you don't love them at all, which is also wrong in a really different way. You know? Like, just being like, oh yeah, I have children, but apparently I don't love them, is not great for these children. Yeah, so I do hope that you can take a second and realize what you just said is really dumb. That's just not how love works, really. Ladies, if he is hot, always smells good, makes your mouth water, and leaves you feeling happier than ever, then he's not your man, he's a taco. I haven't had tacos in forever, but you might still have a point. Because while tacos might be a little bit tricky to eat, maybe that's just me, I'm not great at eating tacos, but still, tacos are delicious. So, definitely, what are the 3 rules of horror movies? Rules to successfully surviving a horror movie. You may not survive the movie if you have sex. You may not survive the movie if you drink or do drugs. You may not survive the movie if you say, I'll be right back, hello, or who's there. Yeah. While asexuals in horror films are definitely safe, because listen, I think we all know why they do this in movies, to kind of be like, oh, if you engage in in relations as a teenager, you're gonna die. To kind of fearmonger, which is not working in general. But yeah, if you are watching any kind of horror movie and you see 2 people hooking up, you already know that. If you see a black person throw up, you know that. They're probably gonna die first. If they're teenagers at a party doing stuff their parents don't want them to, they're gonna die. You know it. I'm not even sure it counts as foreshadowing anymore because it's just blatantly obvious. Start making movies where it doesn't happen like that, you know, to kind of put the spice back in, I guess. They call me 007. 0 romantic interests, 0 sexual interests, 7 pounds of garlic bread. 7 pounds of garlic bread. Please tell me some of it is like frozen, so you don't have to eat all the 7 pounds at once, because if you eat 7 pounds of garlic bread at once without actually being sick from it, I would be impressed. But maybe don't. Maybe freeze most of it and just like eat some and then just like take it out and rebake it once you want more garlic bread. Maybe. Because then 7 pounds of garlic bread seems like a really good idea. If you have to eat it at once, it seems like kind of a bad idea. Apparently there's some sexual orientation we supposed to attend or something, bro, what the fuck? Damn, must have missed that one. Luckily I still got an A. I hate the pun, but I love the pun because getting an A without doing the thing is kind of impressive, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, were we supposed to attend it? Was it mandatory? Because I feel like some of us definitely took it as mandatory and just didn't show up. Enough about sex positions. Has anyone discovered a reading position which doesn't get uncomfortable after 5 minutes? Like, tell me something useful to me. Like, I don't care what position you prefer. Tell me how to not get uncomfortable. But personally, it really doesn't matter what I'm doing. I cannot sit still because nothing is comfortable for long periods of time. Might be the ADHD talking, I really don't know, but nothing is comfortable. Nothing is comfortable. Come on. Do you like men or girl? I like staring into tide pools and pretending all the seaweed and stuff in it is a tiny society where everyone gets along. Okay, understood. Neither. I love the okay. It's just that answers my question without answering my question. So okay, that's nice. I'll leave you to it then. Ooh, I'd write that all day. Maybe not on these heels. Like riding a scooter in heels seems like a bad idea. Like I'm still immensely impressed that some people can literally run in high heels. I probably couldn't even walk properly in heels like these. Like if I have like thick heels, it's kind of okay, but these heels I probably struggle with. But riding a scooter in heels seems either dangerous or also really impressive if you do actually manage it. Please don't hurt yourself in the process, but I'd still be impressed if you managed to do it safely. Do you like me? Yes or no? Handing the note back. Okay, I did not come to school today to be handed the reins to your emotional state. I'm just here to learn, or to get through the day, who even knows, but we definitely didn't come here to be responsible for your emotional well-being. That's not what we're here for. That's not what anyone ever really is there for. Like, making your entire emotional state dependent on another person does not seem healthy to begin with. So yeah, writing this note and then handing it back instead of like making a cross at yes or no also seems like a good solution, but they're still gonna be pressed about it, but that's really not your problem anymore. Poly, pan, and bi people, protecting little ace person. Don't worry, I'll screw them for you. Community or something? Group? Does this count as group work? I'm not sure. Communal support. We'll just call it communal support. Have fun. Listen, someone has to, I guess. So if you're offering, you know, that's really nice of you. Thank you. I think we appreciate it. I heard through the grapevine that you had a date. Why wouldn't I? You didn't tell me. How am I supposed to know if she's friend material if I don't know? Oh, you meant a date. I thought you meant a D8, like an 8-sided dice. No, I cancelled the date. You cancelled the date because you don't want to go on a date and you rather have more dice for playing D&D. Is that it? Because that seems on brand somehow. Any plans for tonight? Yeah, I'm spending a romantic evening with someone special. Oh, nice. Later that night. I'm home. I'm sorry, I never have time for you anymore, baby. I honestly, getting pestered with questions about if you're gonna go on dates again or if you have a partner can be really annoying. And maybe you don't want to put up with that and you're just like, oh yeah, no, I have romantic plans tonight. Either they're gonna like ask more intrusive questions about that date or the other person. But doing this is like, oh yeah, no, I'm spending a romantic evening with someone, so I have to get going, I have to get ready. Might be a way to get out of that conversation and go home and do what you actually want to do, and spending a nice romantic evening with yourself and your favorite console, or just your phone or laptop or TV or something. Listen, I'm not promoting lying, but some people are weird if you tell the truth, so sometimes lying kind of is easier. Aromantics be like, we're strangers to love. We're not, but we are. Because we've talked about this. There's different types of love, not just like romantic, but usually when you say love, people will think romantic, and yeah, we're kind of strangers to that, I guess. You need romance and sex to live a fulfilling life. Huh? No. Burning this note, because you generally don't. Like, a lot of people that do have romantic and sexual attraction maybe start to miss dating at some point when they don't. But even if you do have any kind of attraction to people, doesn't mean you have to engage with it. If it doesn't fit the life you want to live, or if it's just like not feeling right in that moment because you want to focus on yourself, you don't have to date either. But just telling people, okay, this is one thing, that is the most important thing for us as humans, every human has to do this, is such rubbish. It's such rubbish. Like, sure, like a lot of people want relationships or want sex. Great, cool, go off, go have fun on your dates, be safe, you know, but have fun. But saying, no, every human has to do this thing, and pestering the people who do not want to do this thing is so weird. And it, like, literally applies to everything. Like, I am not the most social person, and we got an invitation for a kind of like after work meeting, you know, with like different people, and we were invited, and like honestly very few people in our team went, or like half of our team only went. And when asked why I'm not going, I didn't want to get into that. I'm just not into social gatherings, especially like big loud ones, so I just said it was like too short. Like we only got the date on such a short notice, you know, kind of talking myself out of it, because it's kind of the truth. We did only hear about this like a week ago, so we had like a week and a half or something maybe. So it wasn't a lie that we like only learned of this on short notice, because we did. That's not why I didn't go, but we're just gonna maybe not always tell the truth, I guess. Aroace people, when their friend groups start discussing crushes and relationship issues. I observe all that transpires here, but I do not, cannot, will not interfere. I mean, sometimes aromantic people will kind of give the best relationship advice because they see it in a more neutral light. Because I mean, it's generally easier from like outside, without being stuck in these emotions, to make a more conscious decision or like give more helpful advice. But generally, making decisions just based on, okay, no, but I love this person, even though you're completely incompatible or something, seems like a bad idea. So maybe sometimes aromantic people give really good advice, but I can honestly kind of also understand just not wanting to deal with any of it and just like observing them talk about it and just be interested because it's so different from you. So both is fair. Do whatever feels right. Cute cat stickers, because A, cats are adorable, and secondly, we love pride stickers and queer art and everything, so I obviously had to include this one. My family, waiting for me to get married someday. Honestly, this is Halloween decoration. Looks very cool, but this is kind of accurate. Like, your family will probably be waiting and keep bugging you about it. You know, I mean, maybe when someone tells you, hey, I have no interest in dating, or I have no interest in having kids, or, you know, maybe instead of starting to pester these people that, oh, you know, don't worry, you'll change your mind. Like, oh no, I'm sure you'll change your mind. Maybe they will, sure. But just kind of assuming that for everyone is honestly kind of rude. Because yeah, maybe this is even coming from people who in their early 20s did not want kids, but then now that they're like 30 something, they may be starting to think about it, and maybe they do want kids now. It does happen to some people, but just kind of assuming that for everyone, especially if they tell you, no, I'm not interested in it, to then wait for it seems kind of weird. Like, that's on you. Like, if you're waiting around like this when someone specifically said they will not make that happen, then that's on you. Me, when my great aunt wants me to tell her about all the hot guys I've seen on campus since starting college. Visible confusion. Hot guys? What hot guys? It's summer, auntie. Everyone is hot. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some people will get very confused by it. If your niece is a lesbian, she will also look at you very confused, like, hot guy, what are you talking about? You know, because no, like, I get it, she's just trying to make conversation, like she didn't get the memo yet that you're not interested, or she's ignoring the memo. If she didn't get the memo, that's okay. If she's just ignoring it, then that's kind of rude. When they ask you if you're a top or a bottom, but you don't have a bunk bed, what do you mean? That's just one layer. Like, how can I... What? I don't know. These memes always give kind of autistic vibes of just taking everything so literal. But there is no top. There is no top bunk. There is no bottom bunk. But also top bunk, because top bunks are obviously better. Are you religious? I'd like to introduce you to my religion. What is your religion? Picture of garlic bread. Okay, I'm interested. You have my attention. You may very much introduce me to your religion. Because I'm not a religious person, but this might be tempting. Me, when my religion class starts talking about chastity, the expert. I hate to be this person, but does it actually count as chastity if you don't have those urges in the same place? Because isn't chastity having the urges, but beating them and managing to sustain from these, like acting on these urges? Like, if you don't have the urges in the first place, does it actually count as chastity? So are you actually an expert? Because if you just go like, just don't have urges. Don't ignore the urges away. Just don't have any. That's not really being an expert, you know what I'm saying? My friends. So yeah, this character is so hot in my opinion. I'd smash them multiple times if I could. Me, who forgot not everyone is aroace. What do you mean? Oh my god, what are you saying? Because the vibes are just different than... Like, some ace people will literally just sit there and be like, oh my god, he's so hot. Like, holy shit, look at him, he's so hot. But it just hits different when ace people say it, because you know how they mean it. But then the ALOs pull up and they're just like, oh god, yes, I'd smash them. And I was like, that's not what I was saying. I was just like appreciating what I'm looking at. Like, what are you talking about? You know, but just not relating at all seems fair as well. Me. When I realized that I'm just an aroace who craves hugs and head pats, not a panromantic. May I introduce you to QPRs? You know, queerplatonic relationships, where maybe... Listen, honestly, I mean, if you have just normal friendships, like if you don't really see them as QPRs, if you just have normal friendships and you're like very cuddly and affectionate with each other, that also seems fair. But having like that one friend or like a couple of friends that you do feel very comfortable with and that you do feel very comfortable like being physically affectionate with, it's also fair. Like, there's no need to cry. It's okay. You can still get friends to give you hugs and headbats, okay? Okay, turns out that dragons are real and they come from South Africa. Latin name, Smaug giganteus. Giganteus? This thing is tiny. Smaug? Are you kidding me? They used Smaug in the scientific name. They did. They definitely kind of did. And honestly, again, why are you calling this giganteus? This thing is tiny. But that is definitely a dragon. It is also very cute. And I kind of want one. But considering that the little thing is from South Africa, it would be very hard to keep it warm enough here. Hey, I like you. I like trains. Feel free to replace trains with any other hobby or topic you're very interested in, because it also seems like a fair reaction. Because if someone's like confessing their feelings to you, and you're just like, yeah, no, I like trains. I like Doctor Who. I like this music group. It's still gonna be very obvious to them that you're not into them that way. You know? So, go ahead. I think we subconsciously undervalue platonic love and intimacy from our friends because society puts so much emphasis on finding and having romantic love. Like, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be shit without the unending love and support of my friends. Just this. I mean, this is what I mean. Like, if you're interested in having a romantic partner, that's great. Like, I'm really not coming for it. Just this intense obsession, really, that people seem to have with like, oh no, everyone needs to find their one person, is so weird. It's so weird. Because A, it's very limiting. Because a lot of people maybe don't want that, but then kind of feel like they should be doing it, or just aren't interested or aren't ready for it yet. They're just like, yeah, well, I don't know, maybe I want to at some point, but I don't know, like, I would just like rather study and actually focus on myself first, or whatever it is. Like, that's their life and that's their choice. But just this intense focus of keep asking like literally anyone who's single, just like, oh, like, are you interested in it? Like, wouldn't you rather be like seeing someone? Like, don't you want to go on a date? Like, I know this person, like, they're single too, like, I can hook you guys up. And just be really weird about it if someone is single, and just not believe people when they say, oh yeah, no, I'm single, but I'm happy this way, like, I don't want to date. People either think they're still just like hurt from previous relationships, or that they're just lying because they don't want to admit they're lonely. And while that is definitely the case for some people, sure, but again, just kind of going around and assuming everyone's the same, it seems strange, because how would you ever expect that to work? You know? And also just really just saying or thinking people are lonely because they're not dating when they have like an amazing group of friends, or like a few close friends, also seems weird. Like, why would you look down on those kind of relationships, you know? Anyways, that was all the aroacememes for today. Aroacememes always seems a little bit refreshing, because while it is ridiculous that people hate on aroace people, because what are they even doing? They're not doing nothing. Like, why are you mad at them, you know? It still seems more relaxing somehow. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the memes. I hope you're hydrated. And as a little reminder, because we only had like a cute little cat sticker, but if you have queer art you want me to include in my videos, you can send it to my fan art email. I will like put it in the description as well and on screen. So if you have any art you'd like me to include, feel free. And yeah, I will see you guys in a few days with my next video.